Unisphere, official symbol of the New York World's Fair, was created and presented by United States Steel. 12 stories high, Unisphere is the largest model of the Earth ever built.
Welcome to the live grand opening of the New York World's Fair of 1964-65. The biggest, greatest, costliest, $1 billion. Most spectacular, fantastic, unbelievable, indoor, outdoor, land, water, ice, air, musical, dramatic show on Earth. There's something here for everybody from everywhere. Something proud. The fair is a spectacular shorthand report to the world on the state of man, his achievements in a shrinking globe and an expanding universe. And more than that, the fair is hope, the longest lasting hope we know, the good hope for peace through understanding between men. The fair is a show a mile square and a couple of million years long. The first act of our show takes place in the transportation area, and it's all on wheels. Your chauffeur, Fred McMurray.
Oh, hi. Well, come on, hop in. There's room for the whole family.
Transportation area straight ahead.
I guess no one really knows who invented the first wheel, but this country can lay claim to the other three with tires. We eat, sleep, work on wheels. We propose to our girls, argue with our wives, telephone on wheels. We shave, see the movies, even borrow money from the bank on wheels. So it seems appropriate that we see the show of shows put on by the big wheels of the auto industry on wheels.
We're on our way to Ford.
Ford has a ride that begins a couple of million years before the Model T. They also have some sideshows that, well, you'll have to walk to see them, but right now, just this once, we're going to drive you through them.
This way in. The Ford stage is 7 stories tall and 3 football fields wide. Your own private convertible takes you on the Magic Skyway. Walt Disney?
The Magic Skyway takes you back through the time barrier, backwards millions of years, to the dawn of life on land. This is the world that was, a world that trembles under the tread of giant beasts. Here, millions of years unfold at a single glance. Years of violent natural turmoil doom the mighty reptiles. Now, a new world rises with the dawn, and a new creature stands before the challenge of the universe, man. One day, these caves would tell the story of man's adventures. Here, he recorded his great deeds. And now, the man of the hour, introducing the inventor of the round wheel.
Well, we've skipped a lot of sensational centuries, but you won't when you take the ride.
Hey, excuse my dust. You can skidoo around the curves in these drive-it-yourself antiques. That's how Grandpa got his kicks at the Meet Me in St. Louis fair way back when.
And here is Chrysler's Today.
Man, that's a lot of engine. If you've ever wanted to browse around inside an internal combustion engine, well, here you are. Pretty wild, isn't it? Of course, your mechanic might not recognize the pistons, cylinders, gears, etc. with their World's Fair makeup on. Chrysler also swings with an all-star song and dance puppet extravaganza and hot music by a groovy auto parts combo. And things like a Bring 'em Back Alive assembly line zoo. And lots more, including cars, naturally.
Now, we're going to drive into a prediction of what the next 100 years can be like.
Behind General Motors' 10-story glass and steel canopy out there is the present that can make the future possible. Gadgets like the world's largest spark chamber, a solar mirror that uses the sun's rays to turn wheels, and an armchair view of things to come which you have to see to imagine. Welcome to Futurama the Second, Welcome to a journey into the future. A journey for everyone of today into the everywhere of tomorrow.
Once as remote as the far side of the moon, Antarctica is now a land of growing communities dedicated to scientific observation and research. And in the deepest trenches of the seas, study at first hand long-hidden secrets of survival. Now, technology has found a way to penetrate and to control the wild profusion of this wonder world. A jungle road is built in one continuous operation. A factory on wheels grinds up the stumps and jungle growth. These forest highways now are bringing to the innermost depths of the tropic world the goods and materials of progress and prosperity. All roads lead, as they have for centuries, to the great centers of commerce and communication, as the Continental Highway now leads us to the city of tomorrow. The present is but an instant between an infinite past and a hurrying future. The strivings of man, his ambitions, his achievements, his aspirations, all are mirrored in the face of his cities. Technology can point the way to a future of limitless promise, but man must chart his own course into tomorrow, a course that frees the mind and the spirit as it improves the well-being of mankind.
You saw the first act of our show on wheels, but the fact is that most visitors will see most of the fair in the hallowed traditional manner, with their feet, walking. And that's how you're now going to see the variety show performed by a variety of states, cities, and the federal government on foot. We've a lot of ground to cover, so we'll take off from the New York State Tower, the highest point in the fair. And waiting to lead you is guest star guide Lorne Green.
Howdy. Glad to have you with us. Now, this act is a parade of states, which is dedicated to all the everybody's from everywhere who stride, stroll, shuffle, skip, and sashay around the fair. Now, if you forget everything you ever learned in school about the map of the United States, we'll get the parade of states underway right from down under here at New York State's County Fair of the Future. Let's join the line of march. Anytime, any which way you go, there's a show going on. what that is? Hollywood, with real movie sets. Now, the state of Florida swam up an all-star seal and porpoise show with a great supporting cast, including their very own Citrus Queen. Then you can go west to Hawaii by water. In this federal government building, you'll travel on 12 moving grandstands through the sights and sounds of American history. And all the shows here dramatize the theme, Challenge to Greatness. Well, our walking tour has given you only a glimpse of the talents and the skills and the promise displayed by the states here. You know, we're a big country, and this is a big fair. And all the states are a big part of it. Each one is different. And yet the words of Archibald MacLeish, inscribed in this federal building, fit them all. The American journey is not yet ended. America is never accomplished. America is always to build.
At the World's Fair, right where the Avenue of Commerce runs into the Promenade of Industry. This is the address of the productivity explosion of the almost human brain of the computer, the superhuman muscle of the atom, the only human genius of the scientist, where American industry performs its everyday miracles. To report on this phenomenon, we've recruited a show business guide to big business. She's the star, the Dolly of Hello, Dolly, Carol Channing.
It's a hit. It's legit. It would take a year to give you the whole bit. You'll see towers, domes, model homes, new machines, dance routines, dioramas, gripping dramas, puppets, mummers, strummers, drummers, mystery and history until your feet are blistery. But when you're tired, you can lie or sit. Once you start, you'll never want to quit. It's a surefire diamond-studded hit. Does a beacon give the world's most brilliant light? Right! Can we ride a boat through all the 7 seas? Oh, please. Can we stare at a real live woman in the air? See a building floating like a wing. Sure thing, 'cause it's a whiz. Yes, it is. J.J. Schubert would be proud to call it his. There are mobiles, Ferris wheels, wishing wells, carousels, novel features, Disney creatures, extravaganzas, and bonanzas, propellers, bank tellers, and umbrellas, fountain pens, and soda fountain fizz. Showbiz went in partnership with Biz, and they turned out a double-barreled whiz. Will we get to meet our best beloved cow. And how get an automatic shoe shine for our shoes. It's news. See machines so smart that they can even read. Yes, indeed. And chemists making magic in the lab. Absolutely, it's a ball. Come on, you all, on the double, on the run, or on the crawl. See the groovy shows, movie shows, monsters frightening, man-made lightning, jumpers, divers, deep-sea divers, tricks, illusion, atom fusion, boats, moats, high-fashion coats, fireworks to dazzle great and small, and it's going to run right into the fall. It's a ball. Industry is in with a big-time ball. A great big heavy traction, double action, satisfaction ball, ball, ball. It's informational too. But just between us, the children will be having such a good time, they won't even notice it. I borrowed these from Public School 101 Queens last week for a preview tour and some helpful hints to parents. Well, here we are downstairs at the Bell System building. Upstairs, there's a story drama ride where you're the hero and you shrink the world to the size of a grate. Yeah. The plot of the General Electric play is electrifying. Well, that's what it is. That's the word for it, electrifying. The show will be a first-time round for everybody because the theater moves around the stage. Yes, truly.
What year is it? Oh, just before the turn of the century. And believe me, things couldn't be any better than they are today. Yes, sir, we've got all the latest things. Gas lamps, a telephone, and the latest design in cast iron stoves. And isn't our new ice box a beauty? Holds 50 pounds of ice. Milk doesn't sour as quick as it used to. You know, it wasn't too long ago we had to carry water from a well. But thanks to progress, we've got a pump right here in the kitchen. Yes, sir, we've got everything to make life easier. Mother, I was reading about a fella named Tom Edison who's working on an idea for snap-on electric lights.
I'll believe that when I see it. But with my new wash day marvel, it takes only 5 hours to do the wash.
It's hard to imagine how life could be any easier.
Now, if by any chance you find yourself short a child or two, you might look for him or her on the moon, brought down to Earth by Eastman Kodak. You might locate boys especially, and their fathers, working the first computer, which is called the abacus, in National Cash Register. If, no matter how careful you are, you lose track of your small fry, just look for him or her on television in living color. There are 200 closed-circuit monitors all over the fair. They broadcast what's going on. And in between, there's an all-star strayed children's show for wee mothers and fathers. Now, if you spot yours, go to the corner of the Avenue of Americas and Avenue of Commerce, and you will find your child taking a bow in the television studios of the RCA building. One moment, children. Just remember, before you leave the fair, to ask yourself, have I forgotten something?
At the 1939 World's Fair, a message addressed to the year 6939 was sealed in the Westinghouse time capsule and buried deep under the earth, right here. When this fair closes, there'll be another capsule for 6939. What will go into it, we don't know yet, but here's a sampling of 1939. Most of what's in the capsule is on microfilm. The outstanding exception is this book, the Bible. This testament to man's faith has thus far proved more lasting than man's material works. And the chances are that whatever else becomes obsolete, it will continue to last. It seems significant that in this space-age fair, more attention is being given to man's faith than in any previous fair anywhere. The Mormon Pavilion, Billy Graham, American Israeli, Russian Orthodox, Christian Science, Protestant and Orthodox, Vatican. Our text, make a joyful noise unto the Lord. Miss Marian Anderson and the voices of the Westminster and Columbus Boys Choirs.
Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. All the earth shall worship thee, and shall sing unto thee. They shall sing unto thy name.
Make a joyful
The wolf shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard lie down with the kid, and a little child shall lead them. For ye shall go out with joy, and be led forth with peace.
Michelangelo's Pietà, Sermons in Stone. Six nations from all the continents representing all the races of mankind make up the international area of this fair. The history of some of these nations was first recorded when words were carved in stone. Others are younger than the small children watching this program. The flag may be new, the people over whom it flies have helped shape the civilization we know. They come in dignity, proud of their heritage. They come gaily, in carnival spirit, singing and dancing. They come in peace. On this specially arranged global tour, you will go in the company of the great Mexican actor whose art knows no frontiers, the representative of the Americas to the world, Cantinflas. The first nation on your itinerary is the land of Homer, Socrates, Aeschylus, Archimedes, where Western poetry, philosophy, theater, and science were born. Ancient and modern Greece. The costumes, music, and gaiety are authentic. This could be the ages-old dance John Keats saw painted on the Grecian urn he celebrated in his immortal poem. And so we bid a reluctant farewell to legendary, lively Greece and island hop across the world to the Philippines. Architecture is symbolic of the national hat, or salikat. The tinikling bamboo dance imitates the movements of the tickling bird. You've arrived under the pagodas of the Republic of China. This Chu Dynasty bronze contained sacrificial food 3,000 years ago. The dragon goes back even further, back into Chinese mythology. Once the dragon was the exclusive emblem of the emperor. Today, he wriggles for everybody. You're on safari in Africa through 24 countries south from the Sahara to the Tropic of Capricorn with a homegrown vehicle in hand. You're greeted by the Ntori, royal warrior dancers and musicians of the King of Burundi, and some spirited colleagues from the Ivory Coast. The Ntori choreography is traditional. It commemorates a great victory and offers friendship to all men.
¡Yo volan, muchachos! Now you are in my country. Hola, muchachos. Welcome to Mexico. Hundreds of years before Columbus stumbled into the New World, Mexico knew the great Aztec and Mayan civilizations. Mexico is as old as the first calendar and as new as the computer. ¡Ya! ¡Viene, muchachos! ¡Ya! Muchachos, let's say then, my friends, for a closer understanding between all of us and me too, please. Viva Mexico, viva la paz. Salud.
Many people will insist on calling the lake amusement area the Midway, a term immortalized by Little Egypt, an exceptionally agile young woman who scandalized the Chicago Fair in 1893. In this fair, the entertainment has considerably more scope. There's a bull in a boudoir, for instance, and boat rides, a circus, the underwater, on land, and in the air Wonder World show, and on the panoramic stage of the music hall of the Texas Pavilions, a musical show affectionately entitled To Broadway with Love. Long after the fair closes in 1965, and all the ornate towers and turrets are gone, and the Unisphere is surrounded by the level green of a park, the children who were here will be telling their children what the fair was. Everything that anyone says will be right, no matter how much they disagree, because that's what a fair is. And all we've done in these 90 minutes is to give you some souvenirs in sight and song. And if, after you've seen the fair for yourself, you say that we've left out the best part, that's as it should be.
And so we celebrate progress. Progress constantly reaching for the future. The sinews and stamina of steel will be an important part of it, with U.S. Steel research and development leading in the competition to produce even better steels for tomorrow's needs. For right now, such futures are being probed and planned and prepared for by U.S. Steel.